You think you know the family SUV game, then the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander shows up and rewrites the rules. This isn't just a stretched Highlander. It's Toyota taking aim at the big guns like the Palisade, Telluride, and even some luxury SUVs. With seating for up to 8, a hybrid powertrain that actually pulls, and tech features straight from Toyota's premium lineup. It's built to haul kids, cargo, and confidence. But is this grand? Really grand enough to justify its name and its new price tag? Let's find out if Toyota's family favorite just became a full-blown powerhouse. The Toyota Highlander has been the go-to family SUV for over 2 decades, reliable, comfortable, but not always the roomiest option in its class. Families who loved Toyota's practicality often found themselves wishing for just a bit more space and muscle. Toyota listened. Enter the 2026 Grand Highlander, the bigger, bolder sibling built to bridge the gap between a traditional Highlander and a full-size Sequoia. This model isn't just a facelift. It's a genuine upgrade aimed at American families who want luxury-leaning comfort without steering into premium brand price tags. The design stretches both figuratively and literally: longer wheelbase, expanded cabin, and a demeanor that feels more confident from every angle. Toyota clearly had the Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, and even entry-level Acura MDX in its crosshairs at first glance. The 2026 Grand Highlander looks familiar, but planted and more refined. Like the Highlander went on a growth spurt and returned from finishing school. Underneath, Toyota offers traditional gas and hybrid setups, promising extra punch without sacrificing efficiency. A combo that could make long commutes and road trips far smoother. But here's what makes this launch fascinating. In a market overflowing with 3-row SUVs, Toyota's challenge isn't building something big, it's building something memorable. Can this new Grand Highlander stand out as more than just another family hauler? In just a moment, we'll break down the design, comfort, tech, and performance to see if Toyota's latest Grand Evolution truly earns its badge, or just adds a few inches and a bigger price tag. From the moment you walk up to the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander, it's clear this SUV means business. Its presence alone feels more assertive: a wide stance, sharp shoulder lines, and that signature Toyota grille now stretched elegantly between slim LED headlights. It's a design that instantly communicates capability, yet somehow doesn't scream for attention. The proportions hit right. Where the regular Highlander occasionally fell short, it looks family-friendly, but with enough confidence to pull into a luxury parking lot without feeling out of place. Step inside, and grand starts to make sense. The cabin feels less like a commuter SUV and more like a comfortable family lounge on wheels. A panoramic touchscreen setup greets you. A large, intuitive 12.3-inch central display that's crisp, bright, and seamlessly integrates Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Toyota's latest connected services. But the trick isn't just the tech, it's the space. The Grand Highlander offers true adult-friendly room in all 3 rows. That's not marketing spin. Even taller passengers can claim the 3rd row without permanently bending their knees. Material quality takes another step up, with soft touch surfaces, contrast stitching, and metallic accents that make daily errands feel a lot more special. USB-C ports line every row like an airport lounge, and available features include ventilated 2nd-row seats, a hands-free liftgate, and a booming JBL sound system that turns school runs into mini concerts. Under the hood, Toyota offers 3 powertrains: a competent 2.4-liter turbocharged engine, a smooth-running hybrid setup, and the headline act, the Hybrid Max, producing up to 362 horsepower and a hearty 400 lb-ft of torque. That's right, a family SUV, pushing out numbers usually reserved for performance crossovers. Merging onto a highway or towing a small camper suddenly becomes an easy flex. Yet, thanks to the hybrid system, fuel economy stays remarkably reasonable compared to most rivals. Handling? Surprisingly buttoned up. The steering feels precise for a vehicle of this size. And the suspension? Tuning strikes a neat balance between plush comfort and composed confidence. Long stretches of highway glide by effortlessly, and even on rough pavement, the cabin stays hushed and calm. Toyota clearly tuned this model for road trip. Serenity rather than sport SUV. Theatrics, and it pays off. Safety remains one of Toyota's proudest calling cards. And the Grand Highlander packs the full. Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0 suite as standard, adaptive. Cruise control, lane trace assist, and pedestrian detection are all baked in. No premium packages required. There's a quiet assurance in knowing your family SUV is watching as carefully as you are. Of course, it's not all perfect. The price climbs quickly once you start adding trims and tech, creeping into luxury brand territory. And while the Hybrid Max thrills, the base turbo engine can feel merely adequate. Toyota's infotainment system, though improved, can still demand a bit too much menu diving compared to some rivals. Simpler setups. Still, when you step back, it's hard not to appreciate how far Toyota has stretched this formula. The Grand Highlander manages to feel bigger, smarter, and more comfortable without losing the brand's reliability backbone. And just wait until you hear how it stacks up on real-world value and everyday practicality, because that's where things get even more interesting. Here's where the Grand Highlander stops feeling like a spreadsheet of specs and starts proving its worth. Press the start button, shift into drive, and that Hybrid Max setup comes alive with a quiet authority. So, after miles of driving, button pushing, seat folding, and fuel watching, what's the final verdict on the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander? Simply put, Toyota has nailed the formula for the modern American family SUV. This isn't just a stretched-out Highlander with extra cup holders. It's a thoughtfully engineered machine designed for the way families actually live. Constant motion, constant cargo, and constant chaos. The highlights: genuine three-row comfort, upscale cabin design, impressive hybrid performance, and Toyota's bulletproof reliability. The Hybrid Max version especially feels like the sweet spot between practicality and excitement, a rare balance in this class. Add in Toyota's new tech suite and all those safety features baked in as standard, and you've got an SUV that feels equally at home on a school run or a cross-country road trip. The drawbacks: pricing climbs fast once you start checking boxes, and the base powertrain may not wow those expecting the punch of that Hybrid Max. Technology, while improved, still lags a step behind the most intuitive systems from Kia or Hyundai. But as a total package, the Grand Highlander delivers confidence, comfort, and capability at levels few competitors can match simultaneously. Who it's for: families who outgrew their Highlander but aren't ready to jump into a full-size Tahoe or Sequoia. Drivers who want a big SUV that doesn't drive like a lumbering tank. And anyone craving practicality without losing refinement in the process. In a crowded SUV market obsessed with flashy screens and oversized badges, Toyota's Grand Highlander reminds us that true greatness isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just quietly, consistently excellent. It's a vehicle that proves family car doesn't have to mean boring car. So what do you think? Has Toyota built the ultimate family SUV, or is the competition still snapping at its heels? The first few feet of motion are buttery smooth. Then you dip into the throttle, and suddenly this family SUV leaps forward with the kind of push you don't expect from something carrying 3 rows of weekend chaos. The turbo and electric motors work in clean harmony, turning quiet energy into confident acceleration. Out on the open road, the Grand Highlander feels planted and serene. There's a maturity to how it moves. Bumps fade into the background. The cabin stays hushed even past 70 miles per hour. And that extra length you noticed in the driveway now pays off with limousine-level stability. Steering inputs are light but precise. You sense Toyota tuned this not to thrill, but to completely relax. But the biggest surprise comes not from speed, it's from simplicity. There's no show-off handling mode, no artificial growls from imaginary exhaust notes. Just genuine, refined composure that makes you forget you're hauling 8 people and their snacks. And when you pull into a crowded curb or parking lot, those 360-degree cameras and sensors feel like a nervous parent's dream come true. It's right here, after hours of driving, after climbing in and out of every row, that the realization hits. Toyota didn't just make a bigger Highlander. They built an SUV that finally understands the rhythm of American family life. Power when you need it, calm when you crave it, and efficiency when the gas prices aren't playing nice. Still, as refined and capable as it is, there's one big question lingering. Does all this grand comfort and performance justify its growing price tag? Because that's what will ultimately decide if Toyota has just built a crowd pleaser or the new benchmark for family SUVs. So, after miles of driving, button pushing, seat folding, and fuel watching, what's the final verdict on the 2026 Toyota Grand Highlander? Simply put, Toyota has nailed the formula for the modern American family SUV.